In the tunnel. In the tunnel. In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 55.
Yep, number 55. After a long week or so of being off because of events such as the fact that I am moving to Pennsylvania and had to pack up a lot of things and basically take away any potential nights of recording this week, we are now back for one episode until I have an apartment, because I will not have one until, probably a month from now. No,
Yeah.
I'll probably be 2-3 weeks. We'll definitely record something in between, but next week we will be off for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah,
So
and
happy birthday. You ate a bird. Just remember that. You ate another animal. What is wrong with you? And this is the one holiday where you can't say, well, it was grass-fed.
Hey, and then
Nobody cares.
And then Christmas is coming up, so we'll see our schedule around then.
Oh, yeah. Eat a ham. That's not a bird, but why not just eat all the animals? That's all the holidays ever are. Is just on this day we're gonna eat this. This 4th of July, you eat hot dogs. Came from an animal. Valentine's Day, chocolate came from a cow or from milk. To some extent, if you really want to stretch that far. If you're paying for a nice meal, it probably includes an animal. There's every part of our holiday-based culture, animals. So next time there's a holiday, you better look at that dog and tell it, you know what, be thankful.
Wait, what the heck? Oh my god.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
That
but
turn,
God
though.
damn it, I'm going somewhere.
That turn, though, man.
Fine. Every time you see a stray cat out in, the parking lot, it should be thankful of you. Because especially if it's in a grocery store parking lot. Because you had the option that day. This is not getting any better at all.
Okay, now that rant is over, let's jump into our episode. Your regularly scheduled, well, not really scheduled, but aired program.
It was scheduled about 30 minutes ago. That's close enough to being quote-unquote scheduled.
Yeah.
All right, we're thriving here, Sean.
Yeah,
Good
so
stuff.
Anyway, we're going to do what we do best and talk about a sport and spin some wheels against it.
So what we're going to do best is make this the most randomized BS, doesn't make sense at all kind of thing.
Yeah,
and of course, involve the wheel. For Sean and I, the wheel that we did last year for college basketball tournament was like the funnest thing that we've done.
Yeah.
So thinking about how important and how big top 25 rankings are for both basketball and football, we had to involve football in some way. And we will get to a point where we will spin the college football playoff off of the top 10 teams when it gets to that point. But as of right now, we need to create our top 25. And what we'll do is we'll keep creating a top 25 every week. And the teams that end up on it the most around playoff time, we'll create a wheel of those, and those we will spin for who makes the playoff. Which we are just thinking of that part of it now. That way we can still be random with it every single week.
Yep.
And if it's the same team, If it's 150 teams all only have one spin, well then we're in a real big jam. But we'll figure that one out.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So as you can see, we're gonna do a top 25. So we split however many teams there are. I think it's like 135.
Did we actually? Yeah, we did end up counting it. I just don't remember.
Yeah, it's
Not my forte.
something like that. And so we'll just keep rotating the 3 wheels that we use, and they get chosen.
They get chosen. Exactly, sir.
So let's see who gets a top 25 spot.
I hope it's me. Oh.
Well, I mean, we know you're not getting a top 25 spot.
I represented 2 very proud universities that do not have a college football team. All right, Syracuse is number 25. Syracuse, of course, being the home of a big dome that unfortunately plays all the basketball and football games in it.
Yep.
In that horrible Mets spring training game where they used a sandbox as a pitcher's mound.
Oh, okay. Well,
That was a real thing. It happened just this year.
all right. Well, I don't know. They got it to the top 25 out of 130 something teams. So
Yes, but it's because grass only plays so much of a factor.
yeah, I know,
Unless you're the Washington Redskins, and it kills everybody.
God. All right. It looks
All
like
right.
Michigan State.
Wait. Before we go on, let me go through and find the rankings for every team, or not rankings, the standings for every team.
All right. Well, we're 2 in.
What?
You can find the last one.
All right. Let's see here. College football standings. Sean likes a good song. He likes a good ditty when we do this. All right. Well, let's see here. Atlantic Coast, we have Syracuse. They are 1-6. Syracuse, of course, being 4-7. Syracuse, of course, being a team that I believe coming into this year was actually ranked at some point.
Oh God.
Michigan State, 5-6, 1-game win streak. There you go.
Is it really a
Syracuse,
streak at 1 game?
according to Google, it is. Stay tuned for more now.
All right, next one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Georgia Southern.
All right, that's going to pose a little bit more of an issue. Georgia Southern football. They are a solid 6-5.
That's hey, I mean, we've been going up in wins losses since,
Sure, Sean, whatever you say.
Do you even know what I say?
Yeah, we've been going up in terms of quality of wins and losses.
Yes. All right.
Like you don't know that a big tank is coming.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, next team.
Oh. Nothing like a good public domain ditty. It's the Toledo Rockets.
Yep, the Toledo Rockets.
All right. I bet they have a better record than the Houston Rockets.
Do they?
Uh,
Is it only because they can't possibly have that many losses?
hell if I know. Well, they could have that many losses. Could they have that many wins? They are indeed. They're 6-5, riding a nice, solid 2-game losing streak.
I don't know if you would call that nice nor solid.
I was trying to use a little bit of a surprise factor on you, Sean. Thank you for ruining it.
All right. Anyway, keeping on going.
You gotta keep on keeping on in this game. All righty. Are you alternating the wheels by?
Yeah.
Just make it. All right. All righty.
The-
Or we
Oregon
have our
Ducks.
first. We have our first actual good team
Oh,
because Oregon is 9-1.
okay. Well, it can really only go down from here.
Yes, sir. And I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Army Black Knight.
Oh God! Please don't make me make a joke about Army. Please be good. Please be good. Oh, good. They're first in the independent standings. I have no idea what that even means. How could you not be first if you're independent?
That's hilarious.
They are 5-6, and thankfully, because of them being an independent, I did not have to talk about them in a bad way.
Okay.
I just had to make fun of the fact that they weren't in a conference. That's all I had to do.
Okay.
Because keep this in mind: Navy is in a conference, Army is not.
Okay.
There you go. Just something for you to think about when you go to sleep tonight. Or
All right.
not. Ooh, Army gets to play in Hawaii soon.
That's different.
All right, Akron Zips.
Oh God.
This sounds promising.
Does it
All
now?
right. They're sixth in the MAC in their own division. Oh God. Well, I don't think it's gonna get any worse than this.
Are they last?
Yes, they are. Not only in the Eastern Division of the MAC, but in all the MAC, they are 0-11.
Well, damn, man.
All right. Good to know.
All right.
The wheel just thriving as always.
Oh yeah. Stanford.
Oh God, I can tell you this isn't going to be good. Don't ask me why I know that Stanford is not amazing, but 4-7.
Hey, it can really only go up from Akron Zips,
yes.
dude.
The quality of rank after Akron makes everything else right. Like, oh yeah, a 4-7 team should rank above an 0-11 team.
Yeah.
Like everything now makes sense from here on out, unless they get another 0.
Unless you're the Oregon Ducks at 9-1, ranked behind the 0-11 team.
They haven't played any games that prove it. Not yet.
All right. Well, anyway, let's just keep going. Can Akron be topped?
Yeah. Alphabetically.
I'm talking about in worse in terms of win-loss.
Oh, dear God. Okay. 6 in the Conference USA East Division. They did beat a 1-10 team.
Okay.
So they're 4-7.
Okay.
See, now what I have to do is I have to like build it up to be something just as horrible as Akron, just to disappoint listeners. Just to be like, wow, that's really bad. Although they did beat a 1-win team.
Okay. Anyway, who comes out of this wheel? The last time this wheel played was the Akron Zips. So
Is Grambling on there? I want Grambling to be on there.
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, let's go! Speak of the devil, not Grambling. It's Pitt. As if there wasn't enough Pittsburgh in the world. with my Pirates hat, my Penguins hoodie, Pitt number 16.
All right. Well, I actually did not expect that one.
Of course, me neither, because I actually thought it's going to be a team that's not on the wheel.
Yeah.
Pitt football, did they win today? No, they did not. So they got absolutely demolished by Virginia Tech, and they are 7-4. They should have been ranked this week. They were not, and now they are 7-4.
Oh, okay.
Classic Pitt being middle of the road,
Yep.
but they are second in their division.
All
You
right.
can't say that about anybody but Oregon.
Next. I think we have. Who do we have? Indiana?
The heck happened to the wheel, Sean?
It died. I think that was Indiana.
I mean, right now it looks like it says Iowa.
Yeah, but it usually removes the choice and then shows. And I'm pretty sure Indiana was there.
All right, so it's the Indiana Hoosiers. All right, and let me tell you something, Sean. If there's ever a team that Indiana was, it was not a football team.
Do you want to spell that for me?
Hoosiers? Yeah. Wait, Indiana or Hoosiers?
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
Okay, cool.
You didn't. You should know that.
Should
they're
I?
7 and yes, you should. It's Hoosiers, and it's a silent H or not H, but silent. You know, so they're 7-4, even
Silent,
though they're a
you
basketball
know.
school. It's a silent shh. Like shh, like Sean, shut up. This is over.
Anyway, moving on. Maybe
See
this wheel will.
See how I segued that in pretty good?
Yeah.
You gotta give props.
Oh, okay. I guess I can give you props.
That's a small fault. Oh, God. It's never good when you look at these and you're like, they have a football team? But let's see. They are 7-4. Won today over Southern Miss. Excuse me.
Dang.
For the burp or for the win?
For the win loss.
You might as well just be the same.
Yeah, all right.
Let's go. Oh,
All right.
oh. Did the wheel die again? Oh, wait. We have movement.
I think my computer's just like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, it is, and I gotta tell you, Sean, I'm not a fan of it. UNC football sucks. I mean, Pitt beat them.
And they're ranked higher than Pitt.
Of course, because what 5-6 team isn't? higher than a 7-4 team, other than Akron, who is 0-11. We actually filled like the latter part of that one with decent teams.
Yeah, I know, right?
Suck on that, Clemson. Put that in your education and smoke it.
Yeah, this wheel just
Alright.
died. We'll try it.
Oh, it should be so lucky.
All right, so that was our. Yep, it was Indiana, by the way.
Ooh. It only took like a minute and a half for that wheel to stop moving.
I know, right?
It must have had like a headache. Had to lay it down, take some ibuprofen.
All right. Anyway, let's get to the last. Let's start the top 12. It's Illinois. Uh, yeah, you can go.
Okay. Illinois is 6-5, and they are third in the Big Ten. So yeah, there you go with that.
All right. Moving on.
Can't be as good as all the other teams, but
I guess
than the
not.
rest. Oh, and they lost today.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like we get Troy.
All right. So Troy, wow, they lost huge today. They lost 53-3 today,
Oh,
and they are 5-6.
okay.
Wow. Troy, of course, being the school where Troy Polamalu did not go.
Yes, of course.
Hey, do not diminish, or what's the word? Moving on to the next one.
Yep.
I'm the one who's better with words of the two of us, too. That's a sad thing.
I know. Oh, Western Michigan.
Wow, if it was 2014, this might actually be a good pick. Well, what was that year then where they were really good? And I'm speaking to myself because Sean definitely does not know.
Yep.
They are 7-4.
Oh, they are?
Yes. I mean, they're in the MAC.
Mm-hmm. So they're in the division that has the 0-11 team.
Right, they're in the conference with the 0-11 team. They're not the same division.
Ah, okay.
In their division, the worst team is 6-5.
Ah.
Do with that what you will.
All right. Anyway, we're in our top 10 now.
Top 10.
Ohio State.
Oh, fuck Ohio State. Oh, they're undefeated.
Yep.
11-0.
So
Ohio State, whatever it is, Buckeyes or whatever you want to do with your eyes, close eyes.
yeah, so they definitely deserve to be number 9 on this list, right? Nothing higher.
Sure, I mean in real life they're two, but you know, this isn't real life that we're dealing with. We're dealing with the real life.
UAB.
I don't even know what that means, Sean. They're 8-3. I don't know, Sean. What does UAB stand for?
No idea.
University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Okay.
And just remember this. A couple years ago, they shut down their football program.
Wait, what?
Wait, it's back now, but they shut it down temporarily for some reason.
Okay.
They must have gotten the funding back for that thing real quick.
Yeah. It's like, oh hey, Ohio State, you're worse than a team that football program is shut down.
I mean, Ohio State's football program is basically shut down unless they paid their players under the table. So you might as well be.
SMU.
Speaking of schools that had their program shut down at one point, they did. It was like in the 70s, but they did.
Yeah.
SMU is nationally ranked. They are 9-2, and they beat Navy today. They're ranked in the real world 21. The real world doesn't mean anything, though.
Yep.
It's like when kids say, life isn't fair. It's like, well, wait 20 years. Let me tell you about how fair life is when you're getting paid by an employer and still paying taxes towards like other things from your paycheck. All right, Northwestern football. Wow. Okay. They are 2-9.
All right. Solid team.
We're getting back to our brand here.
Yep.
Right in time to hit the top 5.
Yep. Wouldn't have it any other way.
I really hope that Chicago State has a football team. I bet they don't, just to disappoint. The Rice Owls. They are 2-9.
Hey,
there we go.
the wheel says they deserve to be at the top, so guess what?
Wait. They lost to the North Texas Mean Green today. That apparently is a place and a thing.
Okay. Okay.
Don't you love college? These places like charge so much money for higher education, and then they like name themselves such stupid things.
Hey, my school wasn't named that well either.
I mean, I was the Hofstra Pride at one point, so
Okay, whatever that is.
It's a bunch of lions. So.
No, not your Hofstra Pride. Whatever Central Michigan.
Well, it's the school where Antonio Brown went and lost his mind.
Ah.
They are 7-4. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, they are 7-4. They're tied with Western Michigan for first in their division.
Okay.
So, it makes sense that they both be in the top 10. It's so stupid. Oh, sure. I mean, they're 1-2 in their own division. I couldn't possibly choose. Why don't you just both throw, both sacks of crap in the same top 25? USA Today couldn't do this shit.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
So we're in our top 3. Oh, what is it? Oh, okay.
Oh, good. Nebraska. I was worried that we were going to get to something corny.
Oh boy.
So, like Nebraska, they're 5-6. They're the definition of average.
Yeah. So definition of good enough for 3rd seed. Oh, South Alabama.
Oh, God. Yeah, very on Brown. Okay, if you could see the logo for this place, it basically looks like if the Pepsi commercial polar bear, but was a jaguar. They're 1-10, and
Better than
they lost
Akron.
to Georgia. They lost it. Well, yeah, because they're ranked above Akron. This has nothing to do with the records. They are bad.
Hey, they're number 2. That means they're good.
Yeah, depending on the context of the words number 2. Number 2 also means crap. So, you get to pick and choose here. This is what the Jewish people call bad.
All right, it looks like we have our number 1 team as Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, the school where Roethlisberger went. And they are 7-4, and they are in the other division of the MAC. They're in the same conference as Western Michigan and Central Michigan. Because why not have 3 from the same damn place?
Why not?
Folks, Miami is back. It's just now in Ohio. The U is back. Those fucking idiots in the Florida,
So, you want to do a
the U
recap?
is back. Yeah, none of the real good teams made it.
Ohio made it, and
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Ohio was 5-6 and in the MAC.
Well, Ohio State made it.
Cool.
And then Oregon.
True. We have 2 solid teams in the top 25.
Yeah, I mean, it's a top 25, right? It has to have some type of curve.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. It's for schools with high SAT standards. And for those that don't have high SAT standards, it's high ACT standards. And for those who don't have that, if you have a GED, you're good enough.
Okay.
It's like night school. They play under the lights, and instead of in a classroom, it's on a field. And for some reason, people come to watch. This is fun. I love doing this.
Yeah, this is great. So next time
Stay
we'll
tuned
compare.
Next week.
Next time we'll compare our current top 25 to next time's top 25.
Yeah, you might want to start making a spreadsheet, Sean, because we're gonna have to keep track of all these instances.
Yep. All right. So now go from college football to the National Football
High
League.
school football. Damn it! I really thought I was gonna be right.
Anyway, let's get to the first thing you want to talk about.
Crappy high school that we went to. Miles Garrett. He did that thing where he hugged. Here's the thing. Okay, and the fact that I'm laughing means that everybody should be worried. Look, it was a clean sack to an extent. The fact of the matter is, for a couple of years now, there was this whole roughing the passer thing where you can't hold the quarterback past the ground anymore. You have to let go at some point, and he didn't. And I can see that's where Rudolph gets frustrated and throws his tantrum. And Rudolph probably should not grab Garrett's face mask, but you can't take off anybody's helmet. That's just
Didn't
bonkers.
he try to knee him in the nuts?
Rudolph? I'm not sure. Because,
Rudolph to Garrett.
See, but that's the thing is he's getting bear hugged all the way through that. So it's is he really trying to knee him in the nuts, or is he just trying to get space and has nowhere to go other than to knee someone in the nuts to create space?
I mean, again, I'm just trying to explain what I've heard.
You're not attacking me, and look, I'm not going to defend Mason Rudolph too hardly here because the guy is turned out to be the most. Every time the ball is snapped, he's in quicksand. He can't scramble for his life. So this is kind of on him for not taking a few steps to the right. But
I will say, this is one way to go from probably the one of the most sought after players in the offseason to just nothing.
What are you talking about?
Isn't he? Garrett's on a contract year, wasn't he?
It's like in his second year.
I thought he was on a contract year.
Why?
That's what I heard that somewhere.
I mean, rookies are under contract until like their 5th year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, why did I hear that he was?
They have options, team options on rookie scale contracts too.
Oh, really?
This guy's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going anywhere anyway, but I
Miles
heard
Garrett
somewhere that he was supposed to be playing for.
He was a number 1 pick in 2017.
Oh, okay.
He cannot be up for free agency for like another 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
At least.
My mistake, right? So.
After this year too, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Now Mason Rudolph, on the other hand, also in his second year, and I have no idea if you were confusing players, but neither one of them could be free agents after this year.
Yeah, I realize.
Unless they got released.
Yeah. But yeah, his career's ruined, so.
How's his career ruined? Because he's out for the rest of a year?
I don't...
It's
like,
6
isn't he
games.
suspended indefinitely still?
Yeah, indefinitely meaning past this season. And
Oh,
then they'll
past the
address it
season.
in the offseason. Yeah, indefinitely meaning they couldn't play for the rest of this season. So if they made the playoffs, he'd probably be out for the rest of that.
Okay. So
Now,
their
next-
version of indefinite is weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it hasn't been established yet, but it probably is something like it's like the player to be named later trading baseball. It's like eventually they'll
Future
get to it.
considerations?
It's not like he got banned from the league.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
But
it would
indefinitely-
banned.
It depends on how the league takes indefinitely, right?
Right, which
'Cause
obviously
you could
they
do
took as a coffee
Pete-
break, and we'll get back to it later.
You could do Pete Rose indefinitely from baseball, and that's like, what? I don't know how many years that ended up being.
No, Pete Rose was just straight up banned.
Yeah, I mean, he was banned, but then he's not banned anymore, right?
No, he's still banned.
Oh, yeah?
He's just not banned by the Reds. He's banned by Major League Baseball, I think.
Oh, right, yeah. True.
No, but like, we'll see Miles Garrett on the field again. He's not like Vontez Burfict has played so much longer and done so many dirty hits, more than Garrett has done in his career, and he up until this year was still playing after like 7 years.
Okay.
So a guy in his second year is not going to get banned this quickly. That would be foolish.
True. All right. Well,
Browns don't make money that way.
yeah. True. All right.
Wow, we turned this into like an actual discussion.
That's good. And then our next discussion topic, I guess.
It's like coming down off the high that was the rankings.
Next discussion topic. Colin Kaepernick.
You're taking this one.
Yeah.
You're taking this one.
So,
You're the more informed one here.
oh wow, I'm actually more informed at something.
I mean,
It's just a joke. But
no, we took the TVs out of my apartment. Like, I didn't have a way to keep track.
yeah.
It would have been on SportsCenter 18 times an hour, but
Yeah. So anyway, if you hadn't noticed, Colin Kaepernick did like a workout where the NFL organized it and a bunch of teams went.
yes, and the fact that you know that the NFL organized it means that the NFL tanked it.
I mean, it's just that was just like super weird. And then like if you haven't watched it or heard about it, don't even bother. It was absolutely useless. He must have been in Goodell's good graces or something, because like from what everybody's been saying afterwards, it's like, oh, we weren't gonna pick up Colin Kaepernick before. Well, we definitely aren't picking him up now. So that's one way to say, hey, I want to come back in the NFL. And then apparently it just does not do well.
Yeah, you mean to tell me that only having 3 days to prepare for a workout after not playing for 3 years, you wouldn't do well? I'm surprised. I
know.
Am beyond
Yeah,
stunned.
but if you're Colin Kaepernick and you've probably been working to try and do this for a while, You should be more prepared than needing 3 days. You should.
Sean, after 3 years, I think he would have given up.
True. I mean, I agree with you, but don't look like he was giving up.
The thing is, the media didn't give up on the story.
Ah,
And that probably fuels into the narrative of, why things keep happening. Because Kaepernick was out of the league for a while, and probably still trying to get back in it, as is, dozens and dozens of guys who are in the league for a long time.
yep.
But the fact of the matter is, those guys don't get back in either.
Right.
So the fact that the NFL organizes it for you is, in its own way, kind of a nice gesture if they give you more time and ask you how much time that you can have, instead of being like, hey, it's Saturday and you better, effing deal with it.
Right, but also like normal like workouts and stuff are done by like the player going to the team, not the teams showing up to one
Right.
place.
This is like college pro day kind of stuff.
Except for one player.
No, they were former. I think they were former NFL wide receivers who were doing the catching and stuff.
All right. Yeah, true. Yeah, but still, like, he's like, it's just like all the teams said, yeah, nope, no Colin Kaepernick for us. Bye bye.
I mean, not even the New York Jets.
No.
It's tough. It's a tough look.
Yeah.
It's saying something about the league that we're now in an era where even the Browns haven't taken a look at Colin Kaepernick, because they're so. Which Baker Mayfield is going to be a decent quarterback in the future, but the fact of the matter is, any other year in the past 20 years, Colin Kaepernick would have gotten some looks by the Browns.
Yep. Definitely.
And now the time has passed, and we're all deprived of the opportunity to make that joke.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we're all deprived of the opportunity to guarantee make money off of betting against the Browns.
Yep. All right.
It's a shame.
On to the standings.
You know what? Bet against Akron every week.
All right. The standings. Patriots are still winning. Bills are 7-3. The
We
rest
now
is
present to you standing, sitting down.
Yep. Jets and Dolphins are still pretty bad.
Yep.
Chiefs 7-4. Raiders 6-4. Chargers Broncos, they're basically out of it.
Yep.
Ravens 8-2. Steelers 5-5.
Shouldn't have lost to the Browns.
Browns 4-6, and Bengals are just nowhere.
Bet against the Bengals, of course.
Yep.
Parlay against the Bengals in Akron in the same day, and you'll win all of like $3.
Yep.
I have no idea how betting works. Don't take my word on any of this.
And then Texans 7-4, Colts 6-5, Titans 5-5, Jags 4-6. Probably that's the closest division in the AFC. Closest.
Sure, yeah. The Jaguars would be number one if they, played Minshew more instead of benching him after all that crap that he went through.
Yep.
With his family. I don't know. I'm making this up.
Anyway, on to the NFC.
So the guy wants to have a second role in movies, just driving motorcycles. Because he has a mustache. Who are we to blame him? Guy went to Washington State and had movies there.
Oh my god. Okay, anyway. The East is still a crap show. 6-4 Cowboys, 5-5 Eagles.
I love how we say that the AFC South is just a close division, but we go to the NFC East, which is like the teams are like the same records, except for like one team are like, oh, it's an absolute shit show,
dude. 2-8 and 1-9.
But the thing is like at this point they're not out of it because like they have won games, and that's apparently all you need to do is win a handful of them to be in in competition.
True. Okay, fair
I
enough.
almost said in competitiveness.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, 49ers 9-1, Seahawks 8-2, Rams 6-4, Cardinals 3-7.
That's a close division.
Yeah.
It's like the AFC South of the NFC.
And then North
Which
is
not.
Packers 8-2, Vikings 8-3. That's pretty dang close.
Yeah, it's a half game close. I'll tell you that much right now.
And then in the South, it's Saints 8-2, Panthers 5-5, Bucks and Falcons tied at the bottom 3-7.
It's a sad state of affairs when Jameis Winston is so bad that the Buccaneers are literally tied for last, despite the fact that they've now had different head coaches, different offensive coordinators, different this, different that. It was like, at what point is it just the guy's not good?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he was that good to begin with.
Well, apparently people did think that, Sean. He was a number one overall pick. We went through the graphic a couple of weeks ago.
True. Yes, we did.
And then he threw like 7 interceptions more after that.
But
He threw
I want to bring up
4 in
something
one
else.
game.
I want to bring up something else, okay? So
Fine,
you have
bring it
Matt
up.
Ryan, who's one of the better fantasy quarterbacks on a team that's 3-7.
Geez, Sean, who's on your fantasy team this year?
I actually don't have a fantasy football team.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Matt Ryan.
No.
Okay, well, in that case, go ahead.
I'm just from observing and looking at some stats, Matt Ryan for a 3-7 team,
Well,
he
yeah,
throws a lot.
offense has never been the problem for the Falcons, despite the fact that they're going through running backs like they're clocking in.
Yep.
They're down the practice squad guys. Even I was recognizing guys from Pitt now playing for the Falcons, which isn't a bad thing. It helps. It helps the brand, but yeah, his passing game has never been the problems with Julio Jones and I don't know Calvin Ridley and
Yep.
whoever they have on that team.
Yep.
Michael Vick at wide receiver. I don't know. I'm sure they brought him back after he got arrested. It's 2011, man. I can't be, expected to keep tabs on this stuff.
All right. Anyway, so there are your standings.
Yep. And in 1 year, we're going to graduate high school.
Anyway, on to the
I can't wait to get out of this fucking school.
NHL.
Just to say that for all the 100 Central people who think that they were hot shit.
Anyway, you want to go through the
something.
NHL standings?
Sure. If I could read them off my screen, because I cannot read them off yours right now. So give me a momentario. All right. So in the Atlantic, the Bruins are 14-3-5 at 33 points, leading the division. I'm going to do this in a different voice just to, sound enthusiastic. The Panthers are 12-5-5, 29 points, a surprising start for a team that has spent so much money this year.
Can you really keep that up, dude?
Yes, I can. The Canadians are 11-6-5, 27 points. Carey Price carrying the load once more. Hasn't gotten hurt yet. We'll see how long that lasts. The Maple Leafs are 10-4, despite the fact that Austin Matthews is at it again.
Oh my god, dude.
I can. It's amazing you've known me since first grade and you've never heard me do this.
Not for an extended period of time.
Oh, I can keep going for sure.
The
Sabres are. Wait, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No,
I'll see where this goes.
I've heard you do it while at your house watching a game, but only for certain phrases. Never
Oh no! I've created a whole alter ego.
Okay.
All right. The Sabres are 10-9-3, 23 points, good enough for 5th in the division. Then after that, you have the Senators at 11-11-1 with 23 points. Hardly a tanking effort, if you don't mind my saying. In fact, there are reports that people don't like that they're winning too many games. And then I looked at the standings and I said, holy crap. Just like there's still like 70 games left. Like, calm down. Lightning are 10-7-2. 22 points, a little bit low for the team that smoked everybody out of the water in the regular season last year. And then rounding out the division are the Red Wings, 7-14-3. And Joe Louis is not singing in this arena. Not that he ever did in the last one, because Joe Louis, if I am correct, was a boxer. I could be wrong. And don't hold me to what I'm saying right now. Because remember, I'm in a different voice. All right, moving on to the Metro. All right, the Capitals are. All right, the Capitals are 16-4-5. Good enough for first in the division with 37 points. They're winning too many games, I tell you. It doesn't matter who's on the roster as long as Ovechkin is there. They're seemingly in first place all the time, and it needs to stop. The Islanders second at 16-3-1 with 33 points. Then following that, after losing to the Islanders twice this week, are the Penguins, 12-7-4, 28 points, and Crosby's on the shelf for a few weeks. More injuries. Then the Hurricanes, their Dookie team is 13-8-1 with 27 points, good enough to be tied with Gritty's ass Flyers, who are also 27 points, 11-7-5. And then we have the Blue Jackets, 9-8-4, and nobody knows who's on their roster other than Nick Foligno and Seth Jones, 22 points. Henrik Lundqvist has been sucking absolutely for our fantasy hockey team because we drafted him with expectations, and he sucks at living up to them. They're 9-9-2. They spent a lot of money in the offseason just to have this whole thing be just one tick above last place in the division. And finishing it off, the Devils at 7-10-4, 18 points. Comments, Sean?
They're bad.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Moving right along. Speaking of the Blues, because of teams who are bad, the St. Louis Blues are number one in the Central, 14-4-5 with 33 points. Apparently, flipping defensemen and getting Justin Falk before the season did not affect them too much, as they are still continuing their winning ways. And I really hope that Justin Falk is on the Blues and I got that one right.
I think so.
All right, good enough for me. Avalanche, 13-7-2 with 28 points in second place. And then the Stars, the Stars, they're dancing, dancing with the Stars. We don't have rights to say that, I don't think. All right, they're 13-8-2 with 28 points as well. Tied for second in the division. 1 point down the notch. We have 13-9-1 Winnipeg Jets, not the New York Jets. Don't get it wrong. And then the Blackhawks are 9-9-4 with 22 points. The Predators have overhauled their roster with absolute garbage, and they've been putting it out on the ice every night as a 21-point team at 9-9-3. And speaking of garbage, Mr. Garbage Contract Universal headquarters has been giving out the big bucks, and they has not been working out as the Wild are 9-11-2 with 20 points. All right, hula hooping our way over to the Pacific Division. The Oilers are 14-7-3, good enough for first place. We'll see how long that lasts. Because they're the Oilers, they only have one line. What a bunch of dumbasses. All right, the Coyotes are number 2 in the division, 13-8-2.
All right, before you continue, though, what world are we in where the Coyotes are high in a division?
Rick Tockett's world, and I'll tell you all about it. Except I won't, because I'm doing a voice. All right. Then the Canucks are 12-8-4, also 28 points. Then the Golden Knights are Goldilocks-ing their way to 11-9-4 with 26 points. Then followed by the Flames with 25 points at 11-12-3, because even though you have more losses than wins, you can still be middle of the pack. In this Pacific Division, where the Ducks are 10-10-3 with 23 points, tied with the Sharks, who are 11-11-1 with 23 points. Because bringing Patrick Marleau can't save the fact that your roster is really old and you probably should have done something about it. Joe Pavelski left, and look how the Stars are third in their division, and the Sharks are in theirs. And finally, rounding things out, are the Kings at 9-12-1 with 19 points. There you go. It's the NHL's world, folks, and we're all just living in it.
All right, dang.
If I kept going with that forever, I was going to get a headache. Wow. I can feel my brain right now. I wish that was a joke too. I really can.
Oh God.
Which is, yeah. Oh God is right. That's probably not good news for anybody when I can feel my brain.
Oh God.
Everybody's in for a world of hurt.
All right. Anyway, so that's the standings of the NHL. Your team's doing my team's doing crap.
Yeah, who are you to judge how my team is doing? Cellar dweller, piece of crap. Not you, the Devils. Make that very clear.
All right. Anyway, moving on to our fantasy hockey.
Yeah, why don't you take the lead on this one?
Yeah. So
why don't you do a funny voice?
I can't.
Oh well, that's disappointing, Sean. I'm gonna expect that you work on one.
Maybe in like 2 weeks when we actually get an episode.
Wow, what a statement! You trying to say that I'm lazy?
No, that's just we won't have time.
As I'm laying back down here.
Yeah. You sure that chair's not going to break also?
This is the broken chair.
Oh God. Okay. Anyway.
It doesn't have a back. Because I broke it up.
Anyway, we are first in our fantasy hockey right now at 38-18-4 after 6 weeks.
Yeah, we have more points than any NHL team, so ring us up to the majors.
Yeah, we got 80 points. Last week we actually lost 4-6.
And still in first place. Which we probably will get dropped down to second place after this week because the third place team is just dominating, shooting up the charts, making absolute clock radio fever.
Anyway, yeah. So let's just go over it's been 2 weeks since we did a recap, so we're gonna go through weeks 5 and 6.
And apparently, according to my alter ego's voice, it's 1957.
Yeah. So week 5 we kind of dominated. We only tied in one category, shutouts, because neither of us had any.
Dominant.
Yeah, so we had.
Hey, tie goes to the runner on shootout, so we got that too.
We still only won 9-0 instead of 10-0.
I'm very disappointed in us. When there's room for improvement, you got to improve.
Yeah, so we 13 goals, 24 assists, plus 2, 11 power play points, 125 shots on goal, and 48 hits for the offensive stats.
Hey, keep it on the offensive, please.
Yeah, and then for goalie stats, we had 3 wins, 9 goals allowed, not actually scored, 2.62 goals against, 120 saves, not actually scored, 129 save attempts.
Wait. Did you just say 120 saves, not actually scored?
No, like it's not actually like scored in fantasy. So like.
Oh, it wasn't scored. Oh, I was gonna say isn't every save where nobody scores?
No. Like in fantasy, the number of saves is not scored.
Sorry, context
Yeah,
would help.
same with shots faced. 129, and then save percentage, we have a 930. And again, no shutouts, so we've had 9 points. Our opponent had 0. Top performers, we had Austin Matthews, 2 goals, 7 assists, plus 4. Alex DeBrincat, 1 goal, 4 assists, +3, and John Carlson, 1 goal, 4 assists, +3.
John Carlson, like the repeating guest on a late night show that just does not go away. He's like the Andy Richter of our fantasy team. Is like every week he's just there as one of the top performers. We don't know why because he's a defenseman.
Yep. And then last week we lost 4-6 if you saw the standings, but yeah, so we had 7 goals, 20 assists, +11, 6 power play points, 98 shots, and 44 hits. The categories that won were 20 assists to 17, +11 to ±0, 98 shots on goal to 70, and 44 to 41 hits.
Let's do this.
Top performers for that week were Jeff Skinner with 1 goal, 2 assists, +4, Dougie Hamilton with 2 goals, 2 assists, +5, and John Carlson with 4 assists, 15 shots.
Killing it.
Yeah, our goalies didn't really perform well. They allowed 16 goals on 850 save percentage overall. So, yeah.
Yeah, our goaltenders suck. We even picked up the New Jersey goaltender Blackwood, and he's been Bob Black Sheep, have you any wool? And he said no because I let that in the goal too.
Yeah. So,
just everything, just garbage. Pecorine on that shit ass national team.
and Henrik Lundqvist not being a brick
Oh
wall.
yeah, isn't it great that like we have guys who like perform so well for us offensively from such bad teams, but the fact that our goaltenders are like from teams that are like last place, third from last, and fourth from last in their own divisions is like, why aren't they doing well? It's like, look at how bad the team is.
Yeah.
I can't believe that they're not getting wins. It's like, combined, they've won like 18 games.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's our fantasy. We will come back with an update next time. We may or may not be in first.
You know, let's just not record again until we're in first again. No, I'm kidding. We definitely have to keep going, but still. We must be back in first. We must be back in first.
All right, so anything you want to leave the listeners with until we meet again?
Yeah, I've been wearing headphones this whole time. You guys just never knew because I was wearing a hood.
All right, well, there you have it.
I'll see you in Pennsylvania. I'm coming for the Berg, and I ain't leaving once I'm there.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, and Sean's coming up soon for an in-person volume 2.
Yep.
Let's go. And if anyone wants to send me furniture, once I have an address, I'll take it and I'll flip it for good shit. All right.
Thanks for tuning in.